Good morning. It's the Tuesday after Orange Monday. So, a recap of what happened yesterday, and unlike previous disasters, it's ongoing. And I'm going to talk about oil again because, of course, that means a lot to Canada. And for all those people who are assigning brilliance to this idiocy, let me point out how this can all go wrong. First off, I want to point out this is strike two for right-wing policies. You know Liz Truss, she's all over the internet speaking poorly of Mark Carney. Liz Truss, who after 49 days had to step down, making her the worst PM in UK history because she tried to pass a budget with £45 billion of tax cuts unfunded. Now Donald Trump has sent the world economy into a tailspin because he wants to replace income tax with tariff. Who else wants to follow this blueprint? I thought I heard him speaking recently. Is there an election coming? All right, let's just recap what happened yesterday, okay? This is the S&P 500 over 1 year down 2.69%. Yeah, that's not what happened yesterday. It's down 2.69% from 1 year ago. An entire year of growth lost. The same is true of the Dow Jones Industrial. 1 whole year lost. And the NASDAQ, same thing, 1 entire year erased. Now, some people are still in denial that this is all being caused by Donald Trump. But let me point out something that happened in the oil markets yesterday. Around midday, there was a rumor that the tariffs would be paused for 90 days. Can you see when that rumor was being circulated? That rumor was quickly denied, and things went back to normal. Of course, as the 4th largest producer of oil on the planet, that's going to be a problem for Canada. Luckily, Alberta factored in a differential of $17 a barrel, but the current differential is closer to $9 a barrel, so the impact is not going to be as bad as it could have been. But it's bad. It's bad here and it's bad in the US. Their break-even point is $62 a barrel, and they're selling at $60. The reality is this, the margins are tight, and when the margins are tight, that's bad news. But we've been here before. This is no big deal. This will blow over in a couple days. We'll be back to normal in no time. Yeah, probably not. There are people all over the world trying to assign some type of rationale to what seems like complete idiocy. And I'm here to tell you it's simply complete idiocy. Money flows like water, and what the US is doing is essentially putting a blockade in the flow of money. So money will flow around that blockade. All over the world, countries are saying, hey, we should trade with each other more and stop worrying about the US. This was announced earlier this week. Look into the history of these 3 countries, and you'll understand the magnitude of what's happening here. All over the world, people are saying, listen, it's time for us to put our differences aside. Let bygones be bygones. We got some money to make. Now, many people are out there saying this is all intentional. He's trying to crash the economy, bring down interest rates, refinance a whole bunch of debt, make the dollar a little bit weaker, right? Totally makes sense. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Except none of that may happen. Except for the dollar part. All this stuff is going to make things more expensive. It's causing inflation in the US. And it's causing inflation in the worst possible locations. The places that require debt to function, like houses and cars. I'm sorry if I'm giddy. This is so ridiculous I can't help but laugh. The US and Canada have been going over softwood lumber for years. Here's the deal. Canada has good softwood lumber. The US does not. And it's not a simple case of being able to move trees. And this will just increase the price floor for American houses. So any way you slice it, the cost to build American homes is going to go up. I'm not even going to touch the topic of them deporting the people who build the homes. And then, of course, there's the cars. And here's a fun fact. There is no such thing as an American-built car anymore. Every car sold in the U.S. by a U.S. company is filled with foreign parts. So if inflation goes up, Jerome Powell will not drop rates. Just like in the 70s and the 80s, there will be stagflation, a stagnant economy, and high inflation. But if the economy crashes, won't he have to cut rates? No, the prices have to crash as well. And how can the prices fall if the cost of producing these products is going up? Yeah, the industries will just grind to a halt. And then, of course, there's all that debt they want to refinance. Only problem is, who's going to buy that debt? Yeah, because right now you're looking at the United States, you're looking at how they're excluding themselves from world trade, which will drastically hamper their ability to recover from this. And you're saying, do I really want to buy that debt? That might be bad debt. The only way they could fix that is through hyperinflation, and that's not good for me. So the markets for this debt are looking everywhere else, looking at Germany, Japan. Even though there might be lower rates, it's a safer bet. And that's what drives the bond markets. Safe bets. And right now in the US, nothing is safe. Markets today will likely be green because it's been a losing streak for several days. But is this over? Not by a long shot.